Okay, I think I am recording. It's a little bit of an experiment. I am having the issue that the videos that I want to record turn out to be huge. The ideas I have in my head take a lot of time to put together. So this is an exercise in biting off smaller pieces. Let me do some setup here. This is the behind the scenes channel, so you get what you get. I suppose I'm going to turn this to rendered view, camera, about like that, and then I'm going to turn off all the things. We are in, maybe let's go ahead and try cycles. This is a new, it's a new OS install, so sort of a new Blender setup. So I have Vulkan is recognizing my GPU. CUDA is not, but that's okay. We'll see what happens. I'm on autosave. Great. And let me just check. Yep, you can see me. You can hear me, I hope. Like I said, lots of experiments here, but we're going to see what we're getting. We're going to see what we get, and we'll go from there. Right. The idea that I have today is I've been looking at some design projects. Some of them are urban design. I've got grand plans of even looking at a small city design, things like that. That's obviously a huge project. So I thought, well, I'll start small. And in my head, the idea I saw is all right. I saw these videos about dementia villages, and I've been fascinated with them since I saw the first one. One of the ones that's better documented is in the Netherlands, and it's just, they've got a really interesting idea for people with dementia. Tends to be older people, people with problems with memory, problems with their brain. They basically set up this small village that feels more or less like regular life. So people can walk around. There's essentially no exit for the patients that are in there. But within kind of these walls, the thing is they don't see a lot of fences or walls, right? They're just in this area that sort of directs them to have no exit. The only way in or out is through kind of a front desk with that's staffed to make sure patients aren't let out. But anyway, inside this village, you have everything that you might expect for a small town, right? People live in small apartments. I think there are single units. I think there's also some that are a little bit more dorm style where you have a few people living together. So I don't know this for sure, but I sort of imagine the way they talk about it, that some of those even have like a small kitchen for people that are a little bit more independent. For the people that are not, there's also like cafeteria facilities, things like that. But on site, there's recreational facilities, there's like a small grocery store where people can go in. But everybody who's staffing the grocery store is aware that these are dementia patients, and so they're providing a good experience. There's no money exchange. They're just watching these people, making sure that they're taking appropriate amounts of things and that. Anyway, seems like an interesting kind of experiment in urban design to me. So I'm not going to try and put together an actual dementia village. I think that probably takes more expertise that I have. But I do like the idea of this like small unified space that sort of has everything you need. I was thinking of like, okay, what would my ideal space like this be? Like if I were going to live in one of these. I'm also, that just opened up like a can of worms. I was like, okay, what do I really want? What do I value? What do I want for the people that are in my community? That's a lot to go into, so I'm also not doing that, but I am taking this on as sort of a design exercise to think about what would make a good, small, self-contained village like this. So that's what this is about. But I tried to design that. I tried to put some images together, some design files, and even that, it seemed relatively small, but that's also a huge undertaking. So we're going to see if this works out, a little experiment, but I'm going to do a design of just like one component here. And so one of the things I'd like this facility to have is a swimming pool, so I thought I'd just start there, right? Start small, see what we can get. So I'm going to put a little pool together. It'll be one asset. I'll do, if this works out, a series of these videos with some different assets. And then once I kind of have the collection together, we can come back, put them all together. I can walk through the little village that we've designed. And that'd be content for the main channel once it's all put together, kind of a walkthrough. Anyway, that's what's happening. So let's get started. I'm going to drop in just a little ground plane for our reference. And actually, since this is a pool we're designing, I'm actually just going to want to put a hole in it. That's what I'm doing. So that we have this as a reference level, but not something that interferes with us being able to see below the ground level. Cool. Not what I want. Let's just grab this point. And like I said, some experiment here. Experimenting with the screen recording software. Experimenting talking while I'm editing. That's kind of a challenge on its own. Let's I sort of have this set up so we've got the camera at all times. Let me actually zoom in just so that's cleaner. And then we'll make the camera a little bit wider for now. Okay, let's this is like a rendered view that'll update. Actually, let me change the settings here. I'm going to make this, turn off the noise, and turn the samples to, oh, they have changed that. I used to be able to set that to 0 and it would just keep going. Learning things about Blender. Probably just should set this to the noise threshold. We'll do that. We'll let it do its thing. Okay. First idea is to use what are they called? Metaballs. I hardly ever use these for modeling. Where did that go? Did that add? Oh, so that was select by type. Okay. Deselect, add metaball. Cool. And I was gonna say, do they have a cube type? And we do. Wonderful. Okay. Let's get a sense of scale here. Let me add just a mesh cube. I'll put it over here. Alright, this is going to represent our person. Going to move it up, and then we're going to scale this. Actually, let me just plug in values. So the height's going to be like 1.75 meters, and then like 0.5 by 0.5. So this is roughly person scale, this cube. So I'm going to go back to the top view. Let's get just the scale of our pool going here. So this is going to be, okay, so talking about this village. I'm imagining this being home to about 100 people. And basically everything that you would need for 100 people is provided. So thinking on that scale for the pool, it would be nice if 20 or 30 people could be in here at a time, but also if you only have a couple people, it doesn't seem too extremely huge, and it doesn't take up too much of the facility. I'm trying to keep this a little bit dense. I like the idea of dense urban spaces, at least for this design. So a typical Olympic pool, for reference, is 50 meters long, but also pretty common is half of that, 25 meters. And I think that's what we're doing here. So this is a 1 meter grid right now. Let's scale up this reference. So that would be 20 meters, 22, 24, 25. Did I do that right? I'll actually just oversize this a bit, because this is the one that matters. Let me make this on the y-axis 25 meters. There's a 25 meter pool. Cool. NURBS. Or sorry, not NURBS. Metaballs. Do kind of a stretch thing. I didn't know that. Let's see. I mean, nobody does a lot of metaballs rendering. I've watched some videos lately on SDF design. It's really cool. It's got kind of the same vibe to it of like putting different shapes together, and you can have them combine smoothly. Did on edit, influence threshold. Okay, I was kind of hoping I could change that. If you can, I don't know how. So basically this is like adjusting. Oh, I bet I know how to fix this actually. Basically this taper, like it had these nice rounded corners, but now as I stretch the object, the bevel of the corner also stretches, but I don't want that. I want like a long rectangle with even rounded corners. But I bet I do know how to fix that. If we apply scale. Well, that didn't work. I want these scales to all be 1. I want this to be 25, and I want this to be maybe 10, and the Z is going to be like 4 feet tall. We'll call it like 1.2 meters. Well, that's wrong. Oh, well, I don't want 10 meters, is it? It's a swim lane. Like 4 feet across? More? So we'll say like 10 meters isn't that bad. Maybe again 1.5 meters, so 2 lanes would be 3, maybe 4.5 meters for a few swim lanes. But with like mesh objects, you can adjust the dimensions without adjusting the scale. But we are in object mode. What happens if we do this in edit mode? Okay, sorry, one more time. Apply scale. If I do, there's probably a way to do this without deleting. Okay, I should be in edit mode. Now we make this 25. That's better. Z, what did we say? 1.2. And x was going to be 4.5. Something's not quite right. This is like double what I expect. Yeah, these values are all double. But the scale looks right. Are these, tab in edit mode. These size must be in terms of like radius. So let's just half all of these. And this was 25 over 2 and 1.2 over 2. Okay, still looks not quite how I expected. Let's maybe to stay sane, just move this up so we can see this with a better sense of scale. That is not 25 meters long. It's close. No, it's not. It's way huge. All right, let me adjust it until it is. This is interesting. I have something to learn about designing with metaballs. The nice thing is this is the only piece of this that needs to be exact at all, and then this is way too wide. I wanted this to be more like 4. Oh, there are just limits on what the capsule can be. Yeah, let's change its radius. Oh, the radius like adds on. Okay. All right, well, if this is, let's get our point of reference here again. This pool is way too big. Okay, that's well, a little more than 25, that's like 30, but that's great. All right, we'll do this again. We're learning something. Okay, smaller radius. Now, these numbers are a little more realistic. Does this change the scale? Yes, it does. So I will do this in edit mode. I just want this to be 12 minus the radius. Really, we'll just make it about 25. Totally manually. Like that. And depth, where's my little person for reference? That'd be, I'm gonna chop off like half of this. So that'd be, that's about right. Okay, whew, that was painful a little bit, but we got it. All right, that's part of the pool. Let's see what happens when we add some more things. I'm gonna add a ball. Oh, I wonder what a plane would have done. All right, I'm gonna add a ball. Okay, so basically what I'm going for, this is like a lap section of the pool. But then off of that, there's going to be some kind of more organic shapes, like a nice bean shape. Cool. Hopefully, let's see, this is interesting. Okay, I can't change a ball. Can I change an ellipsoid the way that I want it? Okay, let's delete the ball. Get my ellipsoid down here. Scale Y. Oops, it's got its own. Scale Z is what I want. So we make that about the same. Cool. Sort of. Alright. I should also not be too fussy about this, since this is sort of like the end result that I want is really just kind of an architectural rendering sort of a thing. I'm going to squish this down. I want this to be I actually want this pretty much level, so I actually want to do that, I think, and this will be like where you can enter, but then we'll duplicate this, and this will have a much more deep end. So let's get my let's keep the view from going too crazy. Let's take a little pause. Let's get some light in here. Get a sun, we'll rotate it this way. Cool. And now we'll just finish some things up. Just to kind of connect things. Although I think I'm gonna change my mind. Make this a little more circular. Bring it out, bring it over here, so we get like a little more kidney bean shape, and then some of this up here in the lap pool is sort of isolated. Alright, what we really care about is the bottom profile of this. And looks pretty good. I might convert this to a mesh and just smooth that out, although it's not bad. And yeah, it's not bad. This is close to what I wanted. Let's bring this up just a little bit. I'm trying just to make like this 0 level, ground level be sort of tangent. So we have like the walls of it going straight up. And okay, I like that. Big, this is a huge pool actually. But like a big, fun play area, a nice little patio. Of course, this cut out when we change to what we actually want it to be. Let's like this patio will like match the shape of the pool. Yeah, let's do some other fun things. Can I do? I'm going to use a ball this time. Can I make this negative? Just change make the radius negative. -2. Nope. Metaball. I feel like, yeah, negative. There we go. Okay, what I want to do with this, I should try and understand what these what these options actually do. Okay, grab Z. I want to add these will look strange for a minute, but hopefully they can work out, and I'll explain them and then they will make sense. That looks about right. Does it look about right when it's here? Yes. I'm going to add this. Alright, I'll add 3 of these. Are they all at the same height? 1.04, 1.4, 1.04. I think that'll work the way that I want it to. If I cut off at the water level, are they not all the same radius? They are. Why does that look so much different? Okay, we'll see what we get. It does not need to be perfect. Okay, I'm gonna duplicate this. Oops. I'm gonna undo that. I'm gonna go into, yeah, I'm in object mode. Oh, it still affects. Affects the other metaballs, even outside the collection. Okay, I've got more to learn about metaball editing. So I want, what I want is that original thing. Go with that. Okay, hey, let's save this so we don't lose it. Pool 01. Alright, when I have a copy of this, and since I don't know what else to do with it, I will put it far away. And then we'll deal with this. This one I'm going to convert to a mesh. Is that not an option? Convert. Oh, I'm in edit mode. Oh, let me, okay. Oh, okay. Convert to mesh. That did both of them. I just want to have one. What if I convert this one? Object convert to mesh. Alright. This is how you know that I'm not just building something that I've already built. I just want to have a safe copy of this. Okay. I want to try copy and paste, which is something Blender didn't used to have and I hardly ever use it. Convert to mesh. Alright, this is now a mesh. If I paste, hey, look at that, I get a metaball object. Great. I'm going to hide that from the viewport and the render. Now I have my mesh to play with. What we got there? Okay. Mesh. Going to delete everything above the water line. I'm actually going to delete, no, yeah, we'll do like that. Do I have X-ray on? Probably not. Yep. Let's turn on. Where is that actually? Oh, right there. Okay. Do that selection again. We're going to delete all these verts. What do we have? We have some extra little bits. Do we have... Do we have a nice edge loop? Oh, what was that? Edit mode. Select edge loops. There's some weird geometry right at the corners. What if we, oops, not that one. This one. This one, and what's happening on the other side? Where did it stop? Alright, I was hoping for like a cleaner, a little bit cleaner quad mesh. We're probably not going to get that. This isn't, I don't think this will be too bad though. Let me turn off X-ray. Because it seems to be okay once we get spoke too soon. Oops. Okay, that one, and that one, and that one. There's probably this is probably not continuous for some reason, which will be annoying in just a second, but it's your time and mine being wasted, so we're in this together. Going, I'm just going to select this loop. This is taking a lot more effort than I thought it would, and honestly I'm not even sure if this will do what I need it to once I get all the way around. I probably also could have like selected, there's all kinds of selection tools that I don't know exactly how to use. Like I probably could have selected like coplanar at the same height or something like that. I used to feel like I knew Blender really well. They've added a lot of new features, which is great, but I don't know how to use all the new features. Hopefully this isn't going bad, like around the other side or something. And hopefully once I do get around this, it connects up. Alright, we're coming together. Let me add a vertex group. Just in case I need that again, I can get it. Yes. What did I do? Mesh selection. Select random, that's fun. Okay, what do I want to do? These were... If I had selected the loop above this, I could just delete it, and then I would have what I want. I actually want everything above. I want to keep this loop. I want everything above it to go away. What can I do? Mesh separate selection, no. Split selection? What does that do? Okay, no, that's split snap. Oops. working on it. These are the kinds of things usually I just do on my own, without an audience watching me. But here we are. I'm making too much of this. This is the bit. That I want to extrude. The normals are all weird. Oh, that's okay. This is weird, but I think it'll work. Let me move this way down here. Turn on X-ray. Let me select just verts. Select nothing. And grab everything. No. Not right. The geometry is so weird. There's these bits poking up. Okay, let's. It looks like. It looks like I can make this work. Those I don't know. That one. Those. That one. Alright, we'll make this happen. This is just that one. There are probably much faster ways to do this, but you know how it is. Sometimes you get something in your head. And you just keep doing it. Let's see if those. Yeah, I think that's what I wanted. Pick up these. Alright. Delete vertices. Now if I select this loop again, move it back up there. That's basically what I wanted. Now I can just extrude that up a little bit. Make the pool a little bit deeper, but it's got nice even sides. That looks pretty connected to me, except for right there and probably right there. We can deal with that. Use that. Face there. I think this is what I should probably honestly do here is not even worry about it. Let's at least look at like solid mode. Let's not worry about it. Hey, that's looking nice. I'm gonna wish I hadn't taken these chunks out of it. But again, it's going to be nice enough to show the idea. Okay, let's do something else. Let's go over to shading. Let's get some color on this thing. Call this pool bottom. It will be blue. Actually, I really like a dark, like a black bottom pool, but I know that's not. We'll keep it nice bright blue for now. Maybe after we get some water going, we'll make it the way we want. That is, it's a crazy shape, but it's kind of fun. I think I probably would have put a separator in here, made it just you go from the shallow into the lap area and around. But we can always add something. This is also in the overall design that I'm doing. This is such a minor feature. This is one element of many. Alright, let's get it going. Let's do You know what I have? Oh, let's go back to layout. Let's go here. Let's deselect everything. Since I do have this nice nice little thing, let's duplicate this. Let's separate it. Now I should have... Did I mess that up? Yes, I did. Alright, it exists there. Let's just separate loose parts. I should have two objects. Okay. Scale 0 on the Z. Remove duplicates. No, duplicates. Is that not? Oh, merge by distance. Cool, let's use this for our water surface. Can we fill it? Yes. Okay, at least something worked. Fill that into solid top for our pool. Let's call this the water surface. Oops. It has two users. We need to make a single user copy, then we can do this. Water surface. I almost never put spaces in my material names, but here we are. Okay, we're going to use two shaders. We're going to use a transparent and a what is there? It's a water glass. Okay, we can get rid of that. Glass is pretty cool. The index of refraction of water. Ooh. That is cooking the computer. There we go. Is like 1.3. What was this just a second ago? Is it 1.5? Yeah, I think 1.3 is water. Not that it matters exactly. And then let's do this little blue. Yeah, it's reflective. Okay, what is, there's a trick to this. We're in cycles, right? Yeah. Oh, where's my, oh, it's here. Here, let's adjust our camera just a little bit again. Down to like roughly human height. Looking at our nice pool shape. Just slightly, no, not close to it. Just like that. But we don't have that while we're in shading. That's fine. Okay, we need a few things. Let's come back to this water. Let's make it, it's transparent, yeah. Let's leave it transparent for just a minute. Let's add here. I was going to add some nice like caustic reflections. That's always fun. Maybe though, um, I could see this going for a while. I've already been here a while. Like I said, one of the goals was to break this up into much smaller pieces behind the scenes. I was hoping this would be like a 10-minute thing, but I'm not. Maybe if I did it a second time, it'd go a lot faster. Maybe I will. But if you're seeing this, then I didn't do that. We'll come back for like rendering and stuff. I'm pretty happy with this shape. Let's call this that we did the modeling for this pool, and that's where we're at. We'll take a quick look in rendered mode. Not that it makes a huge difference, but yeah, nice little deep end. These are going to be planters for some trees. I've always thought it would be cool to have palm trees just right by the pool. Nice long lap area, little shallows. We'll build it out. We'll finish setting it up and make it nice. Anyway, yeah, I think it's better to split this up. The idea is to have manageable pieces. So like I said, this is one part now, the modeling of one component that's going to go in a larger project, and I hope you enjoy all of it.